taxi West Y, Delta Mike 06.
AA6S.
Good evening, K6USY DMO6.
K6USY, AA6S. See if you can hear me.
Oh, I can hear you just fine right now.
Huh. That's barefoot. Kick the attic booster on here. There. Hopefully that made a difference, maybe. K6USY. Good evening, Aaron, AA6S.
Well, that took you from S0 to S6 on my meter.
Hi there.
Not much of an improvement.
Yeah, you need to go outside and push the antenna a little bit harder.
Well, if the meter was right, that would be quite a few dB. 6 times 6 would be 36 dB. Yeah, I'll have to figure it out. It wouldn't be that much. But anyway, the meters are not too linear, needless to say. K6USY, AA6S.
Yeah, very good, Bill. And I think I hear Mikey in there, K6MYC, K6USY.
Yeah. Roger. Just a second here.
72 is also here.
Yeah, who's also here?
W6BBS 72.
Oh, who in the hell is that?
Well, he's on frequency.
Well, let's find out who it is. What's this W6 BBS thing?
Big Bodacious Station.
Oh, that one. Okay. Hi. Listen, before I get off a subject, Bill, last week when you were in, you mentioned something about not St. Kitts. Kitt Peak in Arizona, the observatory down there at Kitt Peak, and you said there was something weird going on down there, and I never heard more about it. We had a lot of people look into it. Nobody found anything but can you shed any light on that, over?
For all I know, that stuff you hear on YouTube could be a hoax, if you know what I mean.
Oh, what did you hear and where did you hear it?
Just one ad. I don't know if some of that stuff they show on there, they don't tell you when it happened. It might have happened a year ago.
Yeah, but what happened?
I don't know. Something that they'd seen maybe on that telescope or something, like a big chunk of rock that was heading towards the planet Earth.
No, that wouldn't have been just at a Kitt observatory that had seen that. Everybody would have seen that one. We know that there's rock coming our way all the time, and there are some big ones coming a year or two out or something like that. I thought there was some other big deal that they had seen. Anyway, no worries. I did ask Kerry to, when he talked to you, to have you call me and give me any updates on that, but I didn't hear from you, so maybe you didn't get the message. Anyway, not to worry, we'll just forget about Kitt Peak, Kitt Observatory for now until something else pops up there. Anyway, good evening, AA6S, K6USY, W6BBS, and I guess there aren't any others.
They might have been referencing that rock that's supposed to come in 2026 is what I was beginning to think after I heard it.
Okay. Well, the way I heard it, it was something that was specifically related to and only from Kitt Peak Observatory. They're the only ones that experienced it, saw it, or predicted it, or whatever. But I guess that was not right. That was maybe somebody else's interpretation there. Anyway, not to worry. We should have Ron in here tonight, so at some point in time you can aim that way and see if you can wake Ron up over there.
Yeah, I'll do it right now.
I'll do it right now, and then you've disappeared. Oh, there he is.
Ron is in there, and I can hear him.
Oh, okay. Who is this? Yeah, that was Frank. Okay, good, Frank. Okay.
They're working right now.
.727.
I hear you, Mike.
Head for it.
Well, they're just rag chewing now, Mike, so.
That's not allowed. We never do that. I can't hear. It's funny tonight. Normally I can hear Bill, but Bill may have turned his power down.
Yeah, they're pointed at each other. I hear them both. Ron, not so good, but anyway.
Okay, good. Sounds like you're working again once you got it back up in the air and hooked up right, huh?
Sounds like it.
Well, we ought to take it down and fix those two directors, and you'll have an extra dB in there.
Something to think about.
Yeah. think we could probably head over toward Monterey, toward KW6S.
All right, rotating that way, W6PBS.
Hey, Mike, I saw that New Caledonia station again on 6 meters today and calling Africa again.
Well, I wonder, he's a dreamer. I don't know why he thinks he's going to get East Africa. First of all, there's nobody on 6 meters over there.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what he's doing, but maybe he's worked everybody else, and that's a hole in his logbook.
Boy.
What's that? I didn't hear what you said.
I don't know what happened to Aaron, but what he said is maybe that's just a hole in his logbook, so that's his target right now. Over.
No. I heard Aaron. There's somebody else talking in here. Was that you, Jim? WB6JNN?
That was me. Yeah, computer's booting up, so yeah, he's in here, and W6PQL is also here.
Okay. Somebody else in there. Boy, I got weak propagation to you guys tonight.
So number 775.
Okay, let me just start over again. Let's see. WB6JNN first. Are you there, Jim?
You're going 7 to a 9 and then down to a 5, so I don't know how good the path is. But anyway, it's WB6JNN. 85.
Okay, but you're not talking long enough for me to move the antenna back and forth. Stay in there for a second. I get on. I went in the direction that sometimes you peek in and you went away, and then by the time I come back, you're gone. So give me some more chatter. Hear you, Tom.
Try here. WB6JNN in San Jose, Willie Baker 6. On 1296, I presume. See what happens. I'll give you some chatter, see if you can pick up on me, but you were anywhere from a 5 to a 9. At one point you were about 10 over 9. Then you drop down to the 5 to 7 range, and that's where you've been sitting, so we'll see if you can start me out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 1. WB6JNN, standing by.
Yeah, okay, I got you now. WB6JNN. The problem is that there's a funny little fade. Every 3 words is down, every 3 words is up. So it gives me a real strange characteristic when I swing back and forth across you. I get a peak and then it goes away like I'm moving, but I'm not moving. And you're probably seeing the same thing on me, but I've got more margin, so anyway. Very good, Jim. Anything to report from your side there, over?
No, just a quiet day today. We had Bible study in the afternoon, and then we had a barbecue with some ribs, and that was really nice. Came out really good. So I always go get some good salad and good coleslaw. And everybody was happy. WB6JNN.
Okay, very good. WB6JNN, K6MYC, very good. All right, let's see, W6PQL, I hear you, Jim, but I may have to move a little bit for you. Go ahead.
Oh, you're pretty good. I don't think you have to move the antenna. And there's number 775 in there also. Otherwise, nothing new here. K6MYC, W6PQL.
Okay, and I wrote in Mike. I can try to work Mike here. We also have KW6S on frequency. Don't go away, Tom. I'll be there in a minute. Let me see if I can hear Mike. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. Go ahead, Mike. K6MYC. Over.
Mr. Daly City, are you in there?
listening to the radio and the stream at the same time, but of course the stream is better off than the radio. ABC, how copy, Mike? Back to you, Mike, K6MYZ.
Yeah, well, you're in there, but you're a little light, but good. It's about Q4, Mike. Pretty good steady copy. You're not fading up and down like the other guys. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, how are you hearing me? Over.
All right, that's good, Mike. Thank you.
How are you hearing me, Mike? How are you hearing me, Mike? What's my signal report to you? Over. Obviously, he's not hearing me, Jim.
He commented on it. He said you were about 10 feet, so just barely copyable.
Okay, well, let me come back to you, Jim. This should be closer to your heading. Anyway, I got Mike in there. He's pretty stable. There's probably a 6 dB fade on him, maybe 1S unit, but it takes him from Q3 to Q5 and back again, so that's why I gave him Q4, but he's audible all the time. But I'm surprised he didn't hear my response there. Anyway, tell him he's checked in, and I guess he's not hearing me very well. W6PQL and the group K6MYC.
Okay, Mike. Well, yeah, what we gotta get Mike to do is do the same thing to his 1296 antenna that he did to the 2-meter antenna, right?
Yeah, whatever. He said he didn't do anything, but he just got loud on 2 meters all of a sudden.
Yeah, he was pretty good over here too. But he's got good copy. I mean, I hear him real well over here, of course, because we're in the same valley and all. But he's always good copy at this place.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess the band was open again today. I heard some signals. They weren't very strong today from South America, but I didn't really pay close attention. I did hear a lot of JT65 starting at about 9 o'clock, and 9 or 10 this morning it was coming in already. From where, I don't know. Anyway, let's see if we got anybody else in here. KD6SOK, KD6SOK. How about you, Fred? You're too quick for me, Fred. I can't possibly move the antenna that fast. Over.
Okay, sorry about that. So, we'll do a little more chatter. We'll see what happens. And, let's see. Yeah, if you move the antenna back and forth, maybe you can pick me up a little bit better. How's that? Is that any better, Mike? Over you?
Yeah, well, it's not real good. We must have lost the tropo enhancement that we had the last couple of days over that way. You're Q3 to 4. I haven't heard much of what you said so far, but I copied you finally toward the end because I got the antenna back on you, but I got to be right, absolutely dead nuts. The problem with copy is signals are all, including Jim, JNN and PQL and yourself, you're going up and down. There's this funny 3-second or a second and a half, 2-second QSB. 2 words are up and 2 words are down, so I'm not getting full sentences. Over.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah, the band's up and down a little bit tonight. It's fluctuating. I noticed that on your signal as well. But I hear you 100%. You're there. You got a lot more power than me. Hey, Mike. Thanks for checking me in, and thanks for everything. 86. That's okay. Thanks, Mike.
Okay, very good. Good to hear you again, Fred. Thanks much. Anybody else in the Bay Area before I go to Santa Cruz? I'm going to go down to Santa Cruz if I don't hear anybody right away. KB6BA, are you there, Oliver?
Yeah, good evening. K6MYC in the group. Nice day today. Went for another hike. Otherwise, just enjoyed the sunny weather. Got out my camera here for a little bit. K6MYC, KB6BA.
Okay, very good. Well, you're getting your hiking in, that's for sure. I think it's, according to our weather reports over here, we're supposed to have some pretty good rain starting Friday and Saturday. I don't know when it's planned for you, probably a day early over that way. So maybe in a day or so you'll start to see some rain. But keep hiking while the hiking is good, I guess. Okay, let me go down to Santa Cruz and get Tom here. There we go, Tom. This should be better for you. I may not be right on it, but it's close. KW6S, K6MYC, over.
K6MYC, KW6S. Yeah, that's pretty good. With some really strange background noise. I think atmospheric, not from your shack. But otherwise, good, strong signal. Yeah, you're reasonably good over here too. Not your normal bodacious signal, but certainly good copy. Okay. And did you get a chance to do anything on 6 today? Anything amazing happen there or not? Nothing amazing happened. I got on, I think I worked one station looking now, and he was in Charlie Mike 96.
No, way down there, huh? Holy cow. What a kicker. I can't figure out why you're not getting VKs. 2 days ago when you said you didn't get any VKs, Ken over here, WA60IB, worked about 6 of them, over.
Yeah, I think it's my timing. I've had stuff going on, and I don't really get to the radio till about 4 or 4:30 in the afternoon, and I think it's pretty well over with at that point.
Yeah, that may be the case. I haven't spent any time trying to figure out where this. I haven't even rotated toward that direction. I just leave the antenna toward South America, and whatever happens, happens. But I haven't heard any tones from about noon or 1 o'clock on. After that, I heard no more tones. So it wasn't a late afternoon opening to South America anyway. But I did work outside. It was beautiful, sunny and warm, and I worked in an alcove of the backyard, which had no wind, and really, really beautiful. I'm working over an area where I'm going to be changing the landscaping and putting in some fresh plants and stuff. So I spent a lot of time pulling grass. It's an area that's about 4 by 5 feet square, 4 by 5 rectangular, and I pulled grass, real fine, beautiful, beautiful grass, but it was about 12 inches long, and it had grown in this area, and I had let it go. There was a few weeds in there, but mostly this grass. But I pulled it for an hour. It was so fine and so dense that I just kept pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling. And then once I got into one area I hadn't been in, I found 15 or 20 baby thistles that were between 1 and 2 feet long, but not had any size to them really. They just weren't. They got tall, but they weren't fat and big like the lush ones I've had. Anyway, that's what I did, and then I ground up the soil. Once I got everything out of there, I chopped it all up and turned it over and got it ready to plant the new stuff in. But it was a little mushy by that time, a little bit too wet, and I couldn't get the last of the root systems loose. So I'm going to have to work it another day. But anyway, I got that done, and then a bunch of other little cleanup weed areas. That was my day. Whoopee. There you go, and we'll see who else is in here. Good night for now, Tom, and we'll see you tomorrow on 2 meters. KW6 Sugar, K6MYC.
Yeah, very good, Mike. Yeah, didn't get much done here today. I was out and around kind of all day, and tomorrow I'm home most of the day, but I go get our granddaughter and bring her home with me for lunch and the rest of the afternoon. But I'll try to get on 6 tomorrow a little bit earlier. See if I can get a little action there.
K6MYC, KW6S. See you tomorrow night.
Yeah, you know, interesting enough, it seems to be pretty consistent. That's the fourth or fifth day in a row now we've had openings, and that's quite unusual for 6. 6 is usually in and out, up and down, and all over the place, but at least it's holding in there because of that big flare. I guess that was the biggest flare we've had since for 17 years, I heard. So that's interesting. Anyway, I guess that must be what stoked the band up. Good night for now, Tom. Thanks again for being there, as always, and we'll shoot it over to... Well, let me just see. Ken, let's see if Frank is copying anything from you. Frank, can you hear Tom?
Oh, yeah, very good, very good. KW6S, W6BBS, Q5 copy, and S3 on the meter tonight, Tom, over.
Might be difficult copy, Tom. Frank's only running 10 watts, but he's got the 49ers up at about 50 feet, and they seem to be working. He's hearing you fine.
Yeah, I'm kind of right at that level of I can tell somebody's there, but wouldn't be able to make a call sign.
Yeah, he needs a little bit of an enhancement there, a bit up fades or something, but he's hearing you quite well. Well, that's good. We were having a little trouble with his 1296 system, but mostly it was down too low, and he couldn't rotate it for a week or so there. All right, thanks, Tom. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow. KW6S, K6MYC, going back to the Bay Area, then on.
WA6AXX, no traffic.
Okay, good. Thank you, Ed. I figured you'd be around there somewhere.
Yeah, not much going on, so just listening, WA6AXX.
K6WIS, not real strong, but I got you. Make a little longer transmission, Paul, and I'll see if I can find the peak on you. Over.
Okay, roger, roger, Mike. WIS, got you 5x2 to 5x3. Kind of marginal signal, but you are Q5, and I'm trying to just south of the Bay Area at about 195 to 200 degrees, so sort of towards Loma Prieta. How copy over?
Yeah, well, you're Q5, but right on the border of Q5 and S nothing. We've got you, and I guess, did you get any other check-ins, or is it just you tonight? Over.
Nope, no one else. So I've heard PQO from the Bay Area, and that's about it. Over.
Okay, well, keep an ear out. We should have KR6MR. It should be in here. Maybe you can help me with John. We should have N6RZJ in here also, and perhaps one others. So stick around, don't run away, and I'll be up your way direct path in just a moment. Thank you for checking in here. K6 Whiskey India Sugar, Placerville, 637, K6MYC going to Oakley.
Okay, roger, roger, Mike. I'll listen out for KR6MR and N6RZJ.
Okay, let's see what we have over there in the Oakley area this evening. N6 Radio Oscar, N6RO. N6 Radio Oscar, N6RO. K6MYC calling and listening.
K6MYC from N6RO. How copy?
Just fine. Go ahead. Over.
Nothing exciting to report. Just getting ready for the contest coming up this weekend. So good to hear you here. Not very strong, but we'll take it for what it is. Good evening from N6RO.
Yeah, well, I was bumping the antenna up into a heading. Tonight you're shifted another, again, about 5 degrees more to the north. but you never know. Anyway, okay, on the contest this weekend. Let's see, that's the WPX contest. Who sponsors that? Is that a CQ magazine one?
Yes, CQ. Well, it's actually worldwide. Whatchamacallit, but it's essentially a CQ contest, and it's a single side band.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Well, good luck in there. We'll probably talk to you a couple of times before you get there. I don't know whether we'll have any luck with you on 432, but we'll certainly hear you tomorrow night if you're around on 2 meters. I still haven't heard anything from Steve. I wonder if Steve's in there tonight. I wonder if he's back from his trip yet. W6 Sugar Whiskey, K6MYC. Steve, are you there yet?
Yeah, you got double there in Sorrow.
Go ahead, finish up, Ken. I must have doubled with you. Maybe you picked it up when I breathed. Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, I really didn't have anything more. I don't hear Steve, so I guess he's still on the road.
Yeah, I don't hear him either. Boy, that's a long trip. I'm amazed. But anyway, hopefully he'll be back soon. I can't remember where he told me he was going, but I didn't think it was going to be that long a thing. You would think I would have remembered if he said, I'm going to be gone for 2 or 3 weeks. Okay, 7-3 for now. We'll see you tomorrow, Ken. N6RO, K6MYC, going up toward Sacramento. Okay, I don't think we're going to have any luck here based on the weak signals that I'm hearing from everybody else, but KR6MR or N6RZJ. Let me try for you first, Dan. N6RZJ. Any copy? K6MYC, over.
Yeah, Roger, Mike. K6MYC, N6RZJ. I do copy you fine. And yes, John, KR6MR was in here earlier and asked me to check him in. So please check John in. I hope you're copying me. K6MYC, N6RZJ, over.
Roger. We've got John checked in. I didn't think we were that late. It's just 8 o'clock now, so anyway, coming up just about in the right time to get to Nevada, so we're moving along on schedule here tonight. Anyway, we got you and your Q5, not real strong, but certainly readable. And I'm not sure I'm peaked on you there. So good to work you. Good to see you in here consistently again. And it looks like you've got some of the things that was going on at home smoothed out a little bit there. And the dish is back up and running well. And the 6RZJ, we might even have KW6T in here one of these days. He's got everything, but I don't know if he's got it fixed up on the roof yet, over.
Yeah, I copied all that, Mike, but it's not the best tonight. It's definitely some very rapid going on here, so I'll listen in because it's a little rough tonight. I did have somewhat about 6 meters. I just worked one the F0, the FO5QS. The FO5QS, I worked on 6 meters.
I'm sorry.
I did start.
I got the same fading in you as other people. You come up real strong and then you fade out. I missed who you worked. Who was it you worked at one station today? Who was it again? Let me just check. Frank, are you copying him any better than I am?
Negative. I got nothing.
Okay, yeah, he's really down tonight. I didn't get it, Dan, but the band is just not helping us at all here. You went down since you started. You were Q5 when you first came in. Everything was fine. I should have left everything alone. I tried to peek on you, and every time I try to peek, you get weaker. I'm going to try this one more time. Tell me again who you worked at. Some island, I think, out in the Pacific, but I just couldn't get it, and I'm interested. I'd like to know what it was, but mostly I want to see if I can find your peak again. Over.
Okay, you came up to that. The station I worked on 6 meters was F05QS in the Marquesas Islands. F05QS in the Marquesas Islands. Copy, over.
Did I hear the word Marquesas? Is that what I heard? Marquesas Island?
Roger.
Okay, what's the call sign? I probably worked it, but I can't think of the call sign for Marquesas. Over. Roger, like Tahiti. Okay, Fox Oscar 5. Okay, very good. Well, congratulations on that one. That's a good one. There's not very many people out there, so I'm glad that you got Fox Oscar 5. Very good. I'll let you go. I think we're struggling here. You're struggling with me. I'm struggling with you. We're putting out full power here, about 600, so I can't do any more. I just isn't working tonight. 73, we'll see you tomorrow, perhaps, Dan. We'll see you tomorrow, perhaps, if you can make it, Dan. N6RZJ, K6MYC, 73. Okay, anybody else before I go to Nevada? K6MYC, Bozo Net, 1296. Nothing heard. Let's go to Nevada. See if I can hear anything from N7 Whiskey Tango. N7WT or KE7UQL. We're coming up on the perfect time for the window there. N7WT, N7WT, KE7UQL, K6MYC, and the Bozo Net. Over. KE7UQL, N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC calling. N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango, KE7UQL, KE7 Uniform Quebec London, K6MYC calling and listening. N7WT, N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC. N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, N7WT, November 7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC, Kilo 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, calling and listening. I'm getting spotty CW. I hear you, Larry. We hear you. Keep calling, Larry. I haven't got a full call yet. I'd like to get your full call. N7WT, N7WT, K6MYC. Give me your call 3 or 4 times more. Over. He came in for about 5 seconds of CW, Frank, and then just faded right out. I didn't even get a full call set in.
And I didn't even hear that. I usually hear, at least partially hear their CW.
Yeah, well, it was marginal. He was wrong enough on CW. It was perfect copy, but it just faded out halfway through a word, a letter.
He was trying again.
N7WT and 7 Whiskey Tango. Keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. K6MYC, over. N7WT and 7 Whiskey Tango and 7WT. Keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. Over. I'm going to see if I can make this keyer work, Frank. Here we go. Okay, Frank, did that shift so I was giving a tone on this frequency here?
Negative. It shifted normally the way it normally would, and I was sitting there thinking, I think there's a way we can fix that in that radio to keep you on this frequency.
Well, what does it do?
Shift. It won't shift with the remote control software connected.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when you go to CW mode, you'll just have to manually tune it up a little bit. But yeah, it kept you right on the carrier frequency. I had to tune down to be able to hear you.
Okay, so I was 0 beat on this frequency, right?
Correct. Yeah, so there is a setting in the options to make it shift automatically when you go to CW, but when you connect with the remote control software, it disables that setting.
Oh, that's handy. Why the hell would they do that? That's stupid.
Yeah, I agree. I've contemplated contacting ICOM and tell them that they need to fix it.
Okay. Well, we won't worry about it. Larry hears me on sideband. I've got 10 dB, 20 dB more power than he has. I had him in there, but I just I'd like to have a little bit more CW from him. Let's try it again, Larry. Try it again. N7 Whiskey Tango, okay, 6MYC in the group. Standing by. Band is stubborn tonight. N7WT and 7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, K6MYC, and the group standing by. Okay, well, I know I got him, so I'm going to just give it away. I think we'll just call it for tonight. I think we've done everybody we're going to do here. And I guess when Rob gets home, he'll probably check in. I've listed for your information, Aaron, if you catch Rob or anybody else when they get home, because they're at the class, which is their problem. I've got K6BBG, KC5DTU, KM6SRR, and WA6OIB all signed in as if they had checked in here. So they're checked in, but if Rob comes on later, I will be in the house. I won't hear him from here. K6USY in the group, K6MYC.
Alrighty, sounds good. If I add those extra 4 people at the end, that puts us at 22.
Yeah, that's about right. I got 3 short of... Wait a minute. I don't have 22. How are you getting so many people?
I've been sitting here the whole time, and that's including you.
Okay, I'm not in there, but I've got 20. Wonder who I don't have written down here. Well, anyway, you got more than I got, so that's important. I guess you don't have anybody checked in that isn't here.
Yeah, I'm not making people up.
I know. So your list is good. Give it to Rob. I'm still listing for CW for Larry. We're still pointed up that way. But I'm not hearing anything. So I haven't had dinner yet. In fact, Matt wasn't even home yet when I left to come out here. And I forgot to turn the heater on, so I'm getting a little chilly out here. I do have a nice warm fire going in the house. I think I'll just head on out. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. Thank you for the help. Glad to know everything's working well for you, Frank. The band was just really poor tonight. In K6USY to take it, and then up to Frank for a final, K6MYC.
Alrighty, yep, sounds good. I'm gonna go get some other stuff done, and I don't know, might do some more studying of the extra pool. I've been working on that by myself, so because I wasn't able to make the class, I was like, well, I'll just do it by myself. So, alrighty, up to Frank, K6USY DMO6.
Yeah, well, wait a second. You know what? We might have. I don't know whether Bill went down to try and get K6TSK and those guys. I wonder if that's where you got the extra people. Did he check in with you?
Nope, I didn't. The only person that I have from Bill is QUI.
Okay. And Mike checked in, but I just said, okay, Mike, I got you. And he said, Roger, but we didn't ever turn it back over to Mike. I'm sorry about that. Mike, I don't know if you're still here or not. WA6AAJ, are you still here, Mike? Yeah, he's probably following wherever. Can you look at the spectrum and see if they're down 10? No, but would have been a while ago. I guess it's too late.
Yeah, and I run the scope at a plus or minus 5 kilohertz usually on the stream. I could occasionally run it a little bit wider, and then we'd be able to keep track of that.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we'll find out tomorrow if Frank, if he checks in. I'll take the log sheet into the house, and when I see him on, well, I can leave it here actually. I checked with him in this shack on Wednesday when I check in on 2 meters. And if he has worked either one of those guys or both of them, I'll get them in here as well. K6ZMW and K6TSK. All right. For now, we'll leave it blank. And I don't know, maybe I should go back to the Bay Area because maybe Jim worked W6Q, not QUI, what was the other one? W6QIW. Let me go back to the Bay Area and get Jim here. At Bozo Net as I'm rotating. Anybody new that hasn't checked in? K6MYC Bozo. Okay. W6PQL, W6 Papa Queen London.
W6PQL, W6PQL, W6 Papa Queen London, K6MYC. Are you still here, Jim?
Yes, I am still here, K6NYC, W6QL, and no Steve tonight. No Steve, over.
Okay, no Steve. Yeah, I almost forgot to come back and check. I could have gotten it tomorrow night, but that's okay. All right. Sorry about it. Is he gone on a vacation, or what's going on?
Well, I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to ask him one way or the other when he gets back. He's just not there for a couple of nights.
Okay. And did you hear anything from Ralph or anybody down that way?
I looked at his email, Ralph's email. He usually sends out a report, but he wasn't on yesterday, so he wasn't on.
Well, sometimes Alpha 6 sugar goes down and works Ralph, but then he forgets to tell me he's worked him.
Worked for 1296, and we just had bad propagation.
Oh boy, this fading is terrible. I double with you just a little bit.
Yeah, I was just saying, I'll check Ralph's report tomorrow when he publishes it. He's on 1296 on Southern California.
Okay.
Just wasn't able to make it up here.
All right. Very good. I'll look for you tomorrow to give me an update on Ralph, and also hopefully Bill will be in here tomorrow and he can tell me whether he worked them or not, and maybe Mike as well. Mike and he usually work them together. 73 said Jim. We'll see you tomorrow on 2 meters. W6PQL in the group, K6MYC going in the house where it's warmer.
All right, 73 is W6PQL.
Good night, Jim.
Frank, are you still on frequency?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, sorry I didn't get to your text messages. I was busy this morning. I did send you an email.
Okay, yeah, I haven't looked at that. So, yeah, I was down at Mike's, and I'll tell you how far I got. I got the remote desktop set up on his computer, and then I'm like, okay, now how do I access it? And there's a deal to send a pin. And I was like, okay, well, I'll just send myself the pin and I'll be good to go. But then as soon as I start to do it, the pin expires in 5 minutes or something like that. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to be able to make it home in that much time. And I kind of looked at it, and then I looked at the instructions shortly online, and it just wasn't very plain. And I thought I'd just hit you up quick because I was actually we're redesigning 2 of the 4 the 1296 antennas right now, the 22 and the 49, and I'm pretty much doing all the work on the computer, and then we sit and discuss it and whatnot. But I'm Mike's eyes and ears, so he was having breakfast. I was busy trying to get that done, and so I didn't spend any more time on it. Over.
Okay. Yeah, essentially, if you need to get into it all the time, there's an app that you have to install on the computer. So hopefully the email points you in the right direction.
Oh, okay. Very good. Very good. See, I thought about just having you tell me how do I activate the radio from the Bozo page, because I have access to that. But then that doesn't give me access to his email and everything else that I want to be able to do for him. I want to be able to he can call me up and say, I got this email, I want to watch the video, and I can go and turn it on for him and then go away, and he's got it from there. Over.
Right. Yeah, so you'll have to install the Chrome Remote Desktop application on his computer and sign it into whatever Google account you want to use, and then from there you'll be able to access the computer. The thing with the code is if you're like providing remote assistance to somebody, like getting temporary access, but if you want full-time access, you have to install the application.
Yeah, and that's what I'll have to do, because Mike cannot be in there and click on everything to send me a code each time. I just need to be able to get into it anytime. So, okay, thank you much. I'll take a look at the email, and I appreciate it. And obviously, you didn't hear back from me again. I know we all work for a living, and so when I send a message like that, it's just like I say, if you can, you get back to me. If you're busy, ain't nobody going to be mad. So catch you later. I appreciate it, Aaron. K6USY, W6BBS.
Yep, no problem, Frank, and we'll let Mike go in the house and get some dinner. K6USY.
Oh
you guys can continue on. I wasn't sure if I should stay here, but I don't think I can add anything to the conversation. So good night, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow. And Frank, I guess your option on the morning, whether you come in or not. I'll be here until about, when I leave will be when Matt leaves, and sometimes you get here before we leave. So no later than 9:15 for Matt to get me into the doctor's dentist office by earlier than 10 o'clock, and then he's got to take his car over. He's got an appointment to check his car in. There's something wrong with it, or he needs to do something, but he has to drop it off. And then the guys at the plant are going to come and pick Matt up. So it's a little touchy time-wise, but I won't be there much past 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, okay. Oh, I pretty much decided that what I'm going to do, I thought about coming down, loading the trailer and all that, but I still don't exactly have a place to just unload it. I need to, I was working on it, getting some racks put together and some blocking and places to stack all that stuff off the ground. And part of it's going to go in that area that I dug out into the side of the mountain, extending for a house pad. And then some of it's going to go down by the well, and I've got a bunch of blocking and different things here. And I decided, let's just spend the day tomorrow and get me a couple of different racking areas to where I can just drive in beside it with the trailer and to just unload stuff straight on the racks and not have to screw around and put it on the ground and move it again later. Basically trying to get myself organized here now, because that's everything in the past has just been hauled up and dumped. And I dig through the piles I got everywhere to get something I need to keep moving forward. So it's time to get a little bit organized, because I'm going to start getting a little bit more time to try to work on some radio stuff. Although I was looking today, I have 9 antennas up, Mike. I got technically 2 towers up and a couple of launchers, but there's 9 active antennas up here and 2 beacons over.
What a concept. Get organized.
Yeah, roger that. Well, I guess I haven't done too bad for the first year up here or thereabouts, but there's a whole lot to do. Anyways, you go get your dinner or whatnot, and I will catch up to you. You probably won't even be on the air in the morning because you're going to be out of there pretty early. But I'll catch up with you, if nothing else, on the net tomorrow night. K6NYC, W6BBS.
Okay, well, I'll probably be on for a few minutes in the morning, but very, very lightly. I'll be ready to go when Matt's ready to go, and I'll just close up quickly and go. 7-3. W6BBS, K6USY, K6MYC, clearing, pulling the cork.